It is currently 85 degrees outside and about 87% humidity. And we just got air conditioning in here 2 weeks ago, and it's like a nice chill 74 degrees in here, but like hardly any humidity. And I have to tint that thing. Yay! So that's what this video is gonna be. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I do that, and hopefully he doesn't take out my mailbox. I think he's got it. But yeah, anyway, so we're gonna be tinting that Cat 325F. There it goes. Get squared up a little bit more. He likes this stuff dark. We're gonna do 15 on every piece of glass except for the back window. We're gonna do 5, so that's gonna be dark. And oh my God, that trailer is yikes. That hurt. I was hoping this was going to be more like the 330 series deer or cats, but it's not. It's a completely different cab. So that back window is usually pretty freaking easy, but now it's tiny, has a gasket there, can't get to that window hardly over there, and this is gonna suck. This thing is literally, so I'm 6 foot tall. So the bottom of the door, it'll be fun. I say that now, but it's not gonna be fun. All right, let's see, what do we, yeah, cool little thermostat there. It says it's 76 degrees and 43% humidity, so can't argue with that. I guess I'll start by doing that window, that side window. I don't know if we'll get time for the back one today. That thing's gonna suck. That right-hand side, I'll try to get done tomorrow with the windshield. I'd be doing pretty good if I got that done. Well, for the very first time in my life, I can say I've operated an excavator. I've never started one, nothing, but I decided to go ahead and spin it probably, call it 45 degrees or so. That way I can stand on this track to tint the rest of the windows. And let me tell you, having that big frickin' arm out here in my shop is the absolute most terrifying thing I have done in here. I'm like, am I gonna hit the ceiling? Am I gonna hit one of the, my main beam there and stuff like that? But oh boy. So you guys probably saw in that time lapse, depending upon how this is edited, that I slightly struggled with a little bit of a light gap because my film wasn't perfectly aligned at the top, so I had to peel it all off. But as you can see, there is not a speck anywhere in this film. This scratch is obviously on the outside of the glass, but that is the main reason why I use gel on construction equipment like this, because it keeps the dirt, dust, contamination at bay, and it'll actually flush it out almost when I squeegee it. So that's, yeah, I order that stuff by the gallon, is how much I like it. So, but I do think we're gonna about call it a day here, and I'm gonna get the rest of this thing done here tomorrow, hopefully. But yeah, can finally add that to my resume, excavator operator.
The next day.
Okay, it is now the next day, and I ended up, I have such a array here at the scaffolding, this step stool, that step stool, because I was getting mad every time that they weren't tall enough, so I finally just broke out the scaffolding, said whatever. But yeah, so now we got that window, that one, and I got the back one out and tinted. It's just in my tint room, so to speak. So now I think I'm gonna show you guys how I do this interior one, because this one's kind of interesting in terms of how you would tint it. Because you can't do it from the outside and then install it. You have to do it kind of backwards in a way, and I'll show you what I mean here. Pop these screws out like so. Grab this. Now it's kind of 50-50 whether this is gonna pop out nice or not. Sometimes you gotta do that, and then you gotta go looking for it. But what I wanted to show you guys was this film on this window. Keep in mind I did not clean the window off, but the center of this thing turned out really clean. That little speck right there was on the outside. Cut around this mounting point, the bottom, nice and clean using the gel. The only place I had a little bit of contamination was right here from when it flopped, because my film is actually past that felt gasket there. And you can see my little bit of contamination. I don't even know if the camera's gonna pick it up right in that little corner there, but it sucks. Like, do I wish it was cleaner? Sure, who wouldn't? But there's only so much a guy can do for a used excavator. And what I really wanted to show you guys was this windshield is not gonna be fun. I mean, whoever installed this urethaned into the actual glass, and I'm trying to expose basically this. You see that black straight edge right there? That's what I'm trying to expose, and you see how the urethane butts over into it on the sides. And of course, it couldn't be somewhere easily accessible like here. Nope, it's behind this handle, which makes it not very fun. And I'll have to take this shade out to get to that top. You can see a little bit more urethane there. Down in that corner a little bit. Bottom's not too bad. I'll try and, you can see here I kind of started cutting some of it out. Urethane is just not fun at all. And then as far as this right-hand side window goes, I don't know if I'll get to it today, because I would love a second set of hands, because I'm going to do this in one piece versus some other people would maybe two-piece it, but that's not how I'm going to do it. But yeah, take all that apart, and yeah, big 60-inch roll. And I prefer to do it wait and do it once versus try to do it myself, mess up the film, and then I'm out a couple $100, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna probably just put you guys on a time lapse for this window, listen to my podcast, and we'll go from there. Okay, well, I didn't get too much more content on this thing, but now we got 15% on the windshield, and we did that right-hand side one. That was a little bit of a, I wouldn't say a cluster, you know, word, but it was not fun. But you can see now that it's not too bad to look out of, really, considering everything that's done. I wonder if this closes up at all or not. It should somehow. There we go. But yeah, one piece on the right hand side, 60-inch roll going left to right. Zero contamination on this whole window, which is very surprising compared. Windshield a little bit in that bottom left corner, getting the film tucked in there. These windows turned out really good. That one, no contamination. This one, a little bit on this top edge. But other than that, it turned out really good. So if you guys are interested in getting your excavator, farm equipment, anything like that tinted, let me know. We travel all across the Midwest, and we only use IR ceramic, which is the highest heat rejection possible, best optical clarity on the market, and backed by a lifetime warranty. So until next time, we'll see ya.